I tried, y'all. I tried. I really tried. I read The Cruel Prince. But can someone please explain to me why everyone loves this? Because I just don't get it. Today we have a video that I don't do very often, and that is a rant video because I just need to get my feelings out after reading The Cruel Prince because everyone loves it and I don't get it. I want someone to explain it to me. Like, why do you love this? Is it because of the subsequent books? Does things change? Like, please tell me what your love is for this book because I don't understand. I don't. And if you love this, that's great. And please let me know why, because I want to know. But I personally don't love this. And I made it all the way through. I powered through. I didn't DNF it. But I don't get it. So this is a book that centers around the Fae. And the Fae are notoriously mean, just in general. It's just a Fae trope. They're mean. They're cruel. They're tricksters. That's a Fae trope. So, like, that's nothing. We start off pretty strong, I think, with the murder of Jude's parents and them being kidnapped and taken away into the land of the Fae by the murderer. So that, to me, that sets up some pretty high expectations for me. Like, I like dark. Y'all know I like dark books. Like, but so it sounded like it was going to be great, and then we just get into it, and what everyone says I think is dark is bullying, which is different. Like, it's literally just a group of mean girls, like, bullying Jude and her sister because they're mortal. And we spent way too much time on that. But I wanted to like it. So there's just so many things. I don't know where to start. This is so all over the place because, like, I don't even know where to start. But early on in the book, we'll start chronologically. How about that? Early on in the book, I noticed that there were some weird writing choices that I was not a fan of. And it felt like fourth wall breaking, which I'm usually okay with. But it only happened like once or twice, and it was really weird. Like, if you're going to have a story that breaks the fourth wall, like, have it break the fourth wall. Have it go full fucking Deadpool. But, like, there is a point where Jude talks directly to the reader. And it was really strange to me. Let's see, I don't know where it was. It was like in an early series, in an early chapter, and it was literally her being like, hey, by the way, I didn't explain this good. Let me tell you some other things so you can get, you know, how hard my life is. And I was like, that really took me back, because I was like, it's already in first person, which and we know Jude is probably unreliable. I just feel like she's an unreliable narrator. But she's just like, she talks directly to you, and I thought that was so freaking strange. Just because it's only like one or two small instances of it, and it really just pulled me out. And I was like, did I really just, okay, whatever. But, you know, whatever, it was going along. We're doing good. Fae are assholes. She's living with a murderer. And, you know, it's her and her twin sister. It's like them against the world at this point. So that's what makes me so confused about the sister Taryn's, like, abrupt character change. Like, that is probably the one thing that bothered me the most. She's the worst character in this book. Fight me. She is the worst character in this entire book. Like, Maddox murdered their parents, and I still hate Taryn more. Because her personality just changes halfway through the book. And you're like, wait, what? Huh? Like, I don't get it. She literally chose a fairy boy over her sister. She betrayed her twin sister, who she was always like, it's us against the world. And just, she was a bitch. And then I did like the fact that Jude was like, gonna duel her. And she's like, what? Jude's like, nah, let's throw down. I enjoyed that part. But she literally chose a fairy boy over her twin sister. And like, to me, that just seemed so out of her personality. Like, so out of left field. Like, I get it from Locke. Because I didn't like him either. And he was like, too nice, and you're like, you know something's wrong with him because he's too nice to Jude, and like no one's nice to Jude. But I get why she needed to be at his house as a point to move the plot forward. Because she had to be at his house, she had to wear that dress, she had to find that acorn that had that secret message from his mom that he didn't know about. Like, she had to get that information somehow, but it was just so strange. It was a strange plot convenience that, like, oh, she just happened to find this in this dress, and then this boy, and then he's so different. He's not like other fairies, but really he is. And he like just got joy in tearing the two sisters apart, basically. And then Tamrin's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get married. Okay. That came out of nowhere. Like, I don't know. It just, that aspect of the book bothered me so much. The Tamrin Locke love triangle, like, it just bothered me so bad. Like, it just didn't seem like a facet of her personality from what we've been introduced to. But then let's talk about the other sister, because she was my shining star. Viv. She was my shining star in this whole book of crap. Because she's half fae. And she's the only one that's like, you killed my parents. I don't care about you. To her, like, real father. And she rebels, and she goes to the mortal world, and she like gets a girlfriend, and she wants to leave. She wants to take her younger sisters with her and literally leave this trash place that they've grown up. But like the two sisters are like, no, we this is our home. We like it here. But it's like, how? You're living with the man that killed your parents. You're not actually happy. So why not just leave? Like, Viv is the only smart one out of all of them. And she's the one that's part fae. So, yeah. She was my shining star. I loved her. Any scene with her, I was enjoying greatly. She's the only one with scenes I enjoyed. Her and Oak. The little boy, I enjoyed him. I enjoyed his actual story. Once you find out who he actually is and whose child he actually is, that he is actually the son of the oldest prince and not actually like Maddox's son. Like, I like that because I wanted to like this because I like political intrigue, and I liked the political intrigue of this book. So that's probably why I gave it 2 stars instead of 1 star, because I liked some of the political intrigue, some of the sneaking around and the spying and the trading. Like, that I liked, but I wanted more of that. And less of, like, these fae that I picture as so young because of how they act. Acting like spoiled fucking brats. And even Jude is, like, hard to kind of get behind. Because, like, her personality is kind of wishy-washy. Like, she wants to be this, like, badass knight. But then she makes stupid decisions. Like, trying to steal this human servant and save her. When you feel like, as someone who's as trained in strategy and this and that as she is, she wouldn't have risked that. That would have been too much to risk. And then she's never really shown like soft spots for the human servants that are there. So it just comes like way out of left field, and I'm like, why? why? Why would you do that? She wouldn't do that. She's not that nice. Like, she's not. So why all of a sudden does she feel bad for this human girl who she ends up just like making her life worse anyway? So I don't know. And then there's the biggest issue I have is Cardan. He is the biggest problem of this whole entire book. I don't like him. He has no redeemable qualities. And I did a reading vlog like as I'm reading this, and it's so funny. I'll post it up, but it's like I'm waiting. I wait for him to be redeemable because I know so many people are like in love with like Jude and Cardan. Like they are their OTP. They ship them hard, and I'm like, I'm waiting to get that. But I don't, because he's irredeemable. Like, this is how you do enemies to lovers in a way that is awful and problematic, because he's just mean. Like, and I think you're supposed to feel bad for him because his brother beats him, but I don't. Like, they're all mean. That's the thing, though, is like, if his brother beat him and he was still like a halfway decent character, like maybe I'd feel bad for him. But I don't, because he just takes out his anger on other people, and then come to find out, you're like, oh, the only reason he was so mean to Jude is because he likes her. That makes me want to vomit. That is problematic. That is correlating in my head to my husband hits me because I deserved it. Like, it's just a problem. And I don't get it. Like, someone explain to me why they ship Jude and Cardan. Let me know why you ship them, because that ship ain't sailing for me. Like, it's just not. Because I like enemies to lovers, but not in a way where they're enemies as in they're like literally physically abusing each other. Like, I want them to be like, to not understand each other, to be indifferent of each other, to just not like each other, but not like actively vicious and cruel. I mean, this is the cruel prince, but like, and then come to an understanding. And that, like, that is the kind of enemies to lovers that I enjoy. This ain't it, hun. This ain't sailing my ships. Like, I don't get it. One thing that I do like, let's talk about a positive for a minute here. I liked Jude and Maddox's relationship because it was complex. He's the man who killed her family, but he's also her father figure. And she wants to learn from him, but she fears him and she loves him to an extent as a father figure, but then she accepts the fact that he's this evil being that destroyed her world when she was young. So I like their dynamic because he still looks at her as a daughter and she still looks at him as a father, but like they're quick to betray each other because there's no real love there. That I enjoyed. I liked Maddox's character because he was kind of like the non-villain. Like, he was not like, he was probably the most morally gray that I could understand antagonist, like, in this whole book. But he doesn't make up for like the load of dumpster fire that I feel like the rest of the characters are. I just feel like no one's good. Like, I want to like someone. I want to be behind my main character. Even if they're morally gray, I want to understand their motivations. And Jude, I get somewhat. Cardan, I just can't. I can't. And I don't know if that sister is going to be redeemable either. I'm sorry. Taryn, I just don't see her redeeming herself. I would read a whole book about Vivian and her girlfriend Heather, though, raising little Oak in the human world. That I could get down on. I did like Like that twist at the end. Couple of the like little twists at the end I enjoyed. I liked that Oak was really the prince's son that everybody thought was dead. I liked that like the stepmom raised the boy as her own for her friend. I liked just there's little things that I liked. I liked the twist at the end where Jude crowned Cardan, had Cardan crowned king, as in they all thought it was going to be Oak, and like the whole like thing between them, and that he's bound to her for a year and a day, and like there were things that I liked and a lot of things that I didn't like. So I don't know. Do I want to read The Wicked King or not? Let me know, because if it gets significantly better, I might try it if I can like get it at the library. But this is just not my style, and I know it was super loved and super hyped, and I wanted to like it, and I feel bad. Like, this has just been like a 15-minute rant of all my thoughts that probably make no sense, because I can't compile my thoughts on this book. Like, I can't. Cardan's irredeemable. Locke is an ass. The sister is the worst character in the book. Vivian's great. Oak is adorable. Maddox, I like him. Jude annoys the fuck out of me because she's supposed to be like the smartest character, but she's so dumb in so many ways. Like, I can't. Maybe I just don't like Faye. Maybe that's it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed this rant. I don't know if it would be considered enjoyable, but if The Cruel Prince is your favorite book, let me know why. I mean, no offense. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that don't like my favorite books, and that's fine because we're all separate people. But if you love it, let me know. If you can tell me why Jude and Cardan are like the ultimate ship, again, let me know, because I don't get it. My name is Jessie. I hope you stick around, watch a couple more videos if you want. I promise they're not all this negative and ranty. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.